We are going to learn about multiplying polynomials. Let's say we have the problem 4x times 5x squared plus 2x. There are two polynomials. The first one is 4x, and the second one is 5x squared plus 2x. To solve this problem, we are going to multiply 4x by each term in the second polynomial, or the polynomial in the parentheses. Therefore, we're going to set the problem like this. 4x times 5x squared plus 4x times 2x. 4x times 5x squared is 20x cubed. 4x times 2x is 8x squared. Therefore, our final answer is 20x cubed plus 8x squared. Keep in mind that this is the same thing as distributing. We are multiplying 4x by 5x squared and adding that to 4x times 2x. Let's try another example. Let's say we have the problem x squared plus 3 times 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. Keep in mind that there are two polynomials. The first polynomial is x squared plus 3, and the second polynomial is 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. To solve this problem, we are going to multiply x squared by each term in the second polynomial and add that to 3 times each term in the second polynomial. Therefore, we're going to set the problem like this. X squared times 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 plus 3 times 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. Then, we distribute. If you are confused on how to multiply exponents, please look at the video Exponents and Their Properties, which is linked down below in this video. We multiply x squared times 4x squared, which equals 4x to the 4th power. Then, we multiply x squared by 4x, which equals 4x cubed. Then, we multiply x squared by 1, which equals x squared. We want to multiply x squared by every term in the second polynomial. Since we already did that, we will look at 3 now. We will multiply 3 times 4x squared, which equals 12x to the 2nd power. Then, we will multiply 3 times 4x, which equals 12x. Then, we will multiply 3 times 1, which equals 3. Now, we are going to add this polynomial. If you are not sure how to add the polynomial, please watch the video on adding and subtracting polynomials, which is linked down below in this video. Remember that to add and subtract polynomials, we have to combine like terms. X squared and 12x squared are like terms since they both have x squared in them. 4x to the 4th stays 4x to the 4th, since there are no other x to the 4th terms. 4x cubed will stay 4x cubed, since there are no x cubed terms. X squared plus 12x squared is 13x squared. 12x will stay 12x, since there are no other x terms. 3 will stay 3, since there are no more constants. Therefore, the answer is 4x to the 4th plus 4x cubed plus 13x squared plus 12x plus 3. Let's try another example. Let's say we have the problem x to the 5th minus 3x squared plus 9x to the 4th times 6x minus 9x to the 4th. There are two polynomials. The first one is x to the 5th minus 3x squared plus 9x to the 4th. The second polynomial is 6x minus 9x to the 4th. To solve this problem, we are going to multiply x to the 5th by each term in the second polynomial and add that to negative 3x squared times each term in the second polynomial and add that to 9x to the 4th times each term in the second polynomial. Therefore, we're going to have the problem set up like this. X to the 5th times 6x minus 9x to the 4th plus negative 3x squared times 6x minus 9x to the 4th plus 9x to the fourth times 6x minus 9x to the fourth. Then we distribute. X to the fifth times 6x is x to the sixth. X to the fifth times negative 9x to the fourth is negative 9x to the ninth. Then we look at negative 3x squared and distribute. Negative 3x squared times 6x equals negative 18x cubed. Negative 3x squared times negative 9x to the fourth equals positive 27x to the sixth. Then we look at 9x to the fourth and distribute. 9x to the fourth times 6x is 54x to the fifth. 9x to the fourth times negative 9x to the fourth is negative 81x to the eighth. Now we look at like terms. 6x to the sixth and 27x to the sixth are like terms since they have x to the sixth in them. 6x to the sixth plus 27x to the sixth is 33x to the sixth. Negative 9x to the 9 will stay negative 9x to the 9 since there are no other x to the 9 terms. Negative 18x cubed will stay negative 18x cubed since there are no other x cubed terms. 54x to the fifth will stay 54x to the fifth since there are no other x to the fifth terms. Negative 81x to the eighth will stay negative 81x to the eighth since there are no other x to the eighth terms. Therefore, the answer is 33x to the sixth minus 9x to the ninth minus 18x cubed plus 54x to the fifth minus 81x to the eighth. If you would like to, the common convention is putting the term with the highest degree first and the term with the lowest degree last. Therefore, by convention, the answer is negative 9x to the ninth minus 81x to the eighth plus 33x to the sixth plus 54x to the fifth minus 18x to the third. The term with the highest degree, which in this case is negative 9x to the ninth, is first, and the term with the lowest degree, which is negative 18x to the third, is last. Let's try another example. Let's say we have the problem x minus 6 plus 9x squared times 5x times x squared plus 7x. There are three polynomials. The first one is x minus 6 plus 9x squared, and the second one is 5x, and the third polynomial is x squared plus 7x. When we multiply three polynomials together, we are going to multiply two of them first and the last one later. So I will look at the first two polynomials, which are x minus 6 plus 9x squared and 5x. Then we will do the same thing we've been doing in this video. We will set up the problem as x times 5x plus negative 6 times 5x plus 9x squared times 5x. Then we will distribute x. X times 5x is 5x squared. Negative 6 times 5x is negative 30x. And 9x squared times 5x is 45x cubed. So, x minus 6 plus 9x squared times 5x equals 5x squared minus 30x plus 45x cubed. Then, we will multiply this polynomial by the third polynomial in the problem. We will do 5x squared minus 30x plus 45x cubed times x squared plus 7x. We will set up the problem as 5x squared times x squared plus 7x plus negative 30x times x squared plus 7x plus 45x cubed times x squared plus 7x. Then we will distribute. 5x squared times x squared is 5x to the fourth. 5x squared times 7x is 35x cubed. Negative 30x times x squared is negative 30x cubed. Negative 30x times 7x is negative 210x squared. 45x cubed times x squared is 45x to the fifth. And 45x cubed times 7x is 315x to the fourth. Then, we combine like terms. 35x cubed and negative 30x cubed are like terms since both terms have x cubed and x cubed in them. 45x to the fourth and 315x to the fourth are also like terms since both terms have x to the fourth in them. 35x cubed minus 30x cubed is 5x cubed. 5x to the fourth plus 315x to the fourth is 319x to the fourth. Negative 210x squared will stay negative 210x squared, since there are no other x squared terms to add or subtract it with. 45x to the fifth will stay 45x to the fifth, since there are no other x to the fifth terms. Remember, the convention is to put the term with the highest degree first, and the term with the lowest degree last. Therefore, our final answer, by convention, is 45x to the fifth plus 319x to the fourth plus 5x cubed minus 210x squared. This is the same answer, but we just rearranged the order. Let's try another example. Let's say we have the problem 5b times xy minus b times a plus 7xy. This problem may seem a bit daunting, since there are 3 polynomials and there are multiple variables. However, we are going to do the same thing that we did in the previous problem. Remember, when we multiply 3 polynomials together, we are going to multiply 2 of them first and the last one later. So I will look at the first 2 polynomials, which are 5b and xy minus b. Then, we will do the same thing we've been doing in this video. We will set up the problem as 5b times xy plus 5b times negative b. 5b times xy is 5bxy, and 5b times negative b is negative 5b squared. So we have 5bxy minus 5b squared. Then, we multiply this polynomial by the third polynomial in the problem. We will do 5bxy minus 5b squared times a plus 7xy. We can set up the problem as 5bxy times a plus 7xy plus negative 5b squared times a plus 7xy. Then, we distribute. 5bxy times a is 5abxy, and 5bxy times 7xy is 35bx squared y squared. Negative 5b squared times a is negative 5ab squared, and negative 5b squared times 7xy is negative 35b squared xy. Our answer is 5abxy plus 35bx squared y squared minus 5ab squared minus 35b squared xy.